The very first commandments, or the first commandment Allah gave humanity, is to have Meezan in their life. And Meezan is a sense of justice, and whatever you do, whatever situation you are in, whatever wherever you live, keep have a sense of justice in your mind, have a sense of justice to yourself, and in whatever dealings and whatever you do, make sure that justice is established. No one's rights are violated. No one is exploited. No one is getting hurt by you. No one is in pain because of you. Because Allah really loves justice, and He wants justice for everyone. He wants justice for everyone. No one should be, no one should be the victim of injustice. No one should be the victim of injustice. So the very first commandment, or Allah gave us in Surah Ar-Rahman, Allah that go Mizan, that this word Mizan, have justice in your life. It applies to everyone, and Allah didn't specify where to put this commandment. I mean, Allah didn't say that just this commandment is just for the rule of law, this commandment is just for the people who do businesses, this commandment is just for the people who are involved in some kind of social work. Allah just left it open for everyone, because everyone, everyone have the capability of corruption wherever they live, whatever society, whatever part of level of society they are operating in. We have this this thing which this selfish self, or the corrupt self in ourselves, which pushes us to be corrupt, to be unjust. Come on, man, just one little person, what he's gonna do? Just let me slap him. He can't do anything. He's just a skinny guy. You can do that, and that's a form of injustice. You can be we can be unjust towards our own family member. What are they gonna do? That's family. I can be unjust towards my spouse, my wife. She's my wife. What's she gonna do? I can be an oppressive tyrant towards my children. How are they going to complain? Well, if they grow up, okay. But what about a little toddler that can't even speak? I can be unjust towards him or her. That little child that can't even speak, or even unjust towards animals. I can just go on and kick a cat or a dog on the road. Who's gonna? What crime will be written against me? These are little examples in our daily life. And Allah commands to this, that have justice in your life. Don't be unjust towards toward even a small insect. Don't hurt anyone. Don't cause anyone pain. Be a channel, a gate of mercy, not a channel, a gate of a tyrant or an oppressor. That's what Allah commands. And talking specifically about this video, I wanted to talk about the unjust practices that happens in workplace, in the corporate world. I have been into the corporate world, and I don't like to be in the corporate world at all. And by my own experience, what I have been through. I never hated a job because it was hard work. I never hated a job because it was too demanding. I hated to be in that job because of the people around me, because of that manager who thinks of himself as a tyrant, because of my colleagues who were actually traitors and betrayers, because of that janitor or that person who was cleaning the room, who was working like a spy for the manager. Those people around you who are just after they after just there to get after you, to make sure that your life gets miserable at any cost. It doesn't matter if it's benefit them or not. If your vulnerable, if your pain benefits them or not, it's not a point of matter. But what matters is you should be in pain. There are people around there like that. So that was one of the reason I didn't like to be in the corporate world, and I don't like to do jobs except for teaching. I'm a teacher myself, and I really enjoy teaching. And still, in that places also, in schools also, you have injustice happening in the administrative bench. But what I wanted to talk to you about is for those of you who might be having a business, who might be employing some people, who might be in a position of some kind of a manager, some kind of a supervisor, some kind of something where people are working under you. Be compassionate towards them. Be loving towards them. Be caring towards them. I know that there are employees who are corrupt. I know that. So have balance. Have balance. But don't be. I'm talking to the person who is an employer right now, who is a manager right now, who is a supervisor right now. I'm talking to you right now. You don't become a tyrant. You don't become an oppressor. You don't become a reason for someone's tears, someone's grief, someone's pain. You don't do that. You don't become someone who is talked about badly because of their corrupt practices. And one of the unfair practice that keeps on happening in workplaces is unfair wages. Is unfair wages. And this is something which is not just an abstract idea, but it is a point, it is really a painful point to address. There are unfair wages being given, especially in the third world countries. Especially in the third world countries, or the places where the law is not very strict, or the law is not really practiced. It's just kept in the books, where people are working for 10 hours, 12, 10 hours, 12 hours. That's the time of duty. And they're getting paid so much that's not that's that's not equal to the labor they are putting in. Unfair wages. And if this person who is working in a job, who is getting paid unfairly, if they start telling their supervisor, or if they start demanding their managers or their employers that increase my paycheck, don't tell these people that you if you have so much problem in doing this job, you can leave this job, because there are thousands of people waiting outside for this job. Don't use a person's vulnerability against themselves. You know that that person cannot leave the job because they need the job, they need the money. People need money, but that doesn't give anyone the right to exploit their vulnerability. Of course, that person can't leave the job. Of course, they don't. They can't. But this is one of the biggest reason where people are working extremely hard, but they are getting underpaid because there are not many opportunities out there. So they're working and they're getting underpaid. So that's one of the practice we have to extinguish, annihilate, evaporate from our society. You know, when Allah commands to have justice, establish justice in society, that's how you establish justice. Pay the person their right. If the person deserves so many dollars, so don't just give 70% of that, or 80% of that, or 50% of that. Pay them their money. Our Prophet ﷺ said, pay the labor their wages before their sweat dries. The person who was working, he ﷺ gave an example of a laborer who was working in a field of some kind of labor work. When they're working, they are putting in efforts, they're sweating. So our Prophet ﷺ said, pay him his wages before even his sweat dries. Don't let even his sweat dry on his skin, but you pay him his wage. You pay him his money. So don't exploit that weak person, that person who cannot get you, who don't have the power against you. Have mercy towards people, have compassion towards people. It's difficult times for businesses to run. I understand that. It's really difficult times where it's really difficult for businesses to operate. But that doesn't mean you're gonna exploit a person who is in a weaker position than you. And respect your workers. There, there are so many places where the people who are working, they've been created, they have been robbed of their dignity. People don't respect their employees. They treat them like, I don't know what do these people think of them. Yes, that person is on salary. He's weaker than you in money. He's weaker than you in power. That doesn't mean you're gonna humiliate them, disrespect them. That's not how you treat a human being. Not even an animal, for that sake. Respect your workers. Don't rob them. Don't scold them. Don't curse them. I've seen in so many places. I remember this place where this person was working, and there were two, three seniors sitting over there, and they were all of them together were humiliating this one person. And that poor guy was just sitting on his computer and working, listening to the words. And I was standing there. They were humiliating this person in front of me. Don't humiliate people. Be courteous. Be merciful towards people. Robbing someone's dignity won't get you anywhere. Won't get me anywhere. Won't get us anywhere. We have to give our workers safe conditions. We have to give our workers safe condition. That's our responsibility. That's the responsibility of the worker. I'm reminded of this incident that happened to my friend's wife, where she went to a five-star hotel, a five-star hotel in a city center. She went there as an intern or some kind of. She was there in the kitchen. She did a. She was there in the kitchen, and her manager, started to started harassing her. I.e., he just wanted her to be his. Sorry, that person wanted her to be his piece of entertainment. Five-star hotel in the city center, and this is happening to an employee over there, whose responsibility is that the employees are safe. That's the owner's responsibility. And I think that owners do their job when they put people in the position of administration to look after the employees. But these people who are on the position or in the administration board are not doing their job. So they are the very one harassing people. They are the very one causing corruption. Just like the politicians who are put in place to make sure that the society is functioning well, but they are the very people who are spreading corruption. Just like the politicians, we have people in the offices in the corporate world who are put into place to make sure that the company is running smoothly. But these people are the very people who are causing harm to the company by making employees feel horrible in their workplaces. Imagine a person who is being harassed, who's been harassed, who is just depressed when they come to the office. Why? Because the manager is doing this, because they are getting underpaid. They're not getting paid properly. They're having many problems in their family. They're getting humiliated. Their dignity is being robbed. Will that person ever be able to do the work properly? And on top of that, they are being pressured from the managers and supervisors to do the work properly. Imagine this state of a person. Will this person ever be able to give their maximum efforts in the office for the benefit of the company? It's the loss of the company. It's the loss of the owner of the company. This is one of the unjust practice that keep on happening in workplaces around the world. Around the world. Then you have some contracts where there were some, that fine printed lines written in some contracts that the person didn't even read, or he can't even read or understand what is written, and he just signed the papers. It can be anything. We can just throw you out of the company whenever we want. You have to do a overtime without getting paid for that, or you have to do this, that, whatever it is. I don't know. I just left the corporate world years ago. Alhamdulillah. See, the point I'm trying to get is we have to establish justice at every level of society, at every part of society, and corporate world is part of our society. It's a part of human life. I mean, it's a place where people spend 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours of their life. And if a person who is walking into a place which they call office, and they're experiencing horrible condition for straight 8 to 9 hours, even sometime more, with horrible condition, what will happen to that society at large? And if If for the people who don't care about society, who just care about their own company, what will happen to your company even? Your company won't ever be able to compete in the global market. You know why? Because you don't have the talent. Sorry, you have the talent, but you are not paying respect to those talented people who can apply their talent in your company for your benefit. Why would they do so? I mean, if there is a problem, if there, just imagine the situation that there is some kind of a problem, and there is this person who has an idea. He can solve that problem. But this person was getting humiliated for the past 2 years. He has been in the office. Why would he ever want to help you? Why? And it happens. There are people out there who have a solution to a problem, but they don't reach out to you. Why? Why? Because they were the victims of corruption of your company for the past 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. They would rather see your company burn. Because after being into such an humiliating time for 5 years, 10 years, they have a backup plan already. They have a backup plan. They would rather watch your company burn. So what I'm trying to get to you is that I'm not humiliating anyone. I'm not cursing anyone. But what I am trying to say is, have courtesy towards people, have compassion towards people, have just have mercy towards your employees. Don't be a tyrant, don't be a pharaoh, don't be someone that just nobody likes, but they can't get away with them. Don't be like that khusat in-law, which which the spouse is really annoyed of, but they can't get away with this in-law. Don't be that. Have a sense of justice in whatever part of society you're operating in and whatever level of society you're operating in. Be just towards your own self, your own family, your own friends, your own employee. Try to be good as much as possible. And I know that people are there who are hurting you. I know that. That's part of another conversation. But right now, I'm talking to you as an owner. I'm talking to you as a manager, as a supervisor. You try to be just. You try to be courteous, try to be compassionate, try to be humble towards your employee. And for the people out there who are getting after you unjustly, there are ways to get them. There are ways to get them, and we can talk about that in some another video. I hope this video helps, and we will meet inshallah in the next one.